James, tell me a little bit about where you got started. I think Roses Only Group started in 1995 with
Yep.
Roses Only.
Yep.
So tell me about where you first heard about strategic alliances, and I know you're a big fan of marketing, and you're always a big fan of building a brand, and you've talked a lot about how the brand has built and protected the business that you have.
Well, just to obviously, when you're starting out in any business and not starting with a balance sheet per se, you've got no choice but to look for alliances and partnerships and so on. It's just a given that you're almost looking for friends and
friends with benefits.
Friends. But at no stage did I take any of those situations for granted. When I looked at every one of those relationships, I wasn't thinking one-way traffic. I was thinking, well, how could I be of value to that prospective partner? And frankly, if I didn't feel in my heart that there was a potential upside for the other party that I was trying to engage with, I probably wouldn't go there, and that holds true even today. If I didn't feel that I wasn't going to be able to deliver some sort of benefit for the other side, it's a pointless exercise. And to the point where most of the time I honestly feel that the relationship for the other could be of greater benefit than it is for me. But then you enter into some of these things for what it may mean for the perception of your brand, a whole bunch of things that you can't necessarily measure. So I suppose that's how we started, and I can talk to some of the actual things. Would you like me to?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right,
so I know you did it on two sides of the fence in terms of strategic alliances and marketing partnerships. One was in the product and creating a unique package in terms of what the Roses Only product is, and then also on your audience side, so building your audience and your brand through your marketing partners and getting exposure.
Yeah, so look, from a product positioning, in fact, I'd argue there's product, and then there's true business partnerships, and then there's partnerships, call them charities and what have you, which is obviously just for brand awareness and so on. So from a product perspective, our first foray was obviously something that complements roses is a given. It's obviously champagne, and it's obviously chocolate. So I was looking for partners that were going to be heritage brands. In the case of Lindt, you're talking about a brand that's been around for well over 100 years, circa 150 years. In the case of Moët Hennessy, a brand that's been around for 250 plus years, and obviously a lot of I was thinking of where do I want my brand to go, and to this day, I'm not thinking out 10 or 20 years. I'm actually thinking out 50 and 100 years. So I want my brand to be a legacy brand like these other brands.